What's happening? Welcome back to another episode with me and you, Road to Renegade, 100% Renegade. It's never a minute made. And on this particular episode, I will be talking about survival of the fittest, mastering all-terrain environments to boost your primal appeal, right? So in this particular episode, I'm gonna kind of freestyle it like I've done in previous episodes with a few notes here and there, where basically when I say all terrain, right, mastering your all terrain environment, I'm speaking on knowing how not only to be able to work out in the gym, right, and getting the physique right or getting the appeal right. You feel me? Like doing that same stuff outside, like in nature, or like if you've seen some of my other videos where I'm actually, at a truck stop and I'm actually doing my workout. Like if you look at my content, I do some of my workouts outside, windy weather, cold weather, nighttime, daytime. Well, I try and keep it in the daytime, blah, blah, blah. And then it's the other times when I'll be having my content where I show I'm in the gym, whatever. So the point I'm making is I think it's key to have balance to where you can go from one to another. You see what I'm saying? So it's like being able to, so it's like to me, going from being in working in an office environment and like say you've mastered that, right? I'm not saying you got to take your laptop outside, but shit, if you could goddamn work out in nature, if you remote, I don't know what your job situation is. Hey man, you might get a little bit more creative inspiration outside. I'm just saying, switching it up, man. A lot of dudes, and I'm not, knocking nobody, don't know how to switch shit up, and they like, one trick pony and shit, and that's not a good place to be in because when I think of a one trick pony, I think of a one hit wonder, and we all know where they at. So again, going back to the topic in hand, right? We all seen people who they kind of live a wild, like not like wild, but like they kind of outdoorsy and shit, like you know what I'm saying, like they can do a campfire and set up a tent and shit. Like these guys stand out. You feel what I'm saying? We all seen that guy. If you're not that guy, or if you are that guy, put a I'm that guy in the chat, the comments. You feel what I'm saying? The mastery of the wild signals high value survival instincts, transforming physical resilience into an irresistible primal magnetic force, right? So going back to the effects of mastering the terrain, right? The pattern style, most smarter men are physically soft, right? If we look at it, that's why the body game is so critical, it's so key, because again, I don't even know the percentile right now. I'm not even gonna look it up, but we know it's a small number. It's between like 1 and we'll give it 10%. It's under 20% of people who actually really know how to do the body game shit. Well, I just say between 1 and 10%, right? Because we know most people don't eat the right stuff. We know most people don't take care of themselves. And if you're one of those people, I'm not knocking you. What I'm saying is switch it up, do something different, expect and look for more from yourself. You know what I'm saying? Valuing yourself more so that you can have more. You get what I'm saying? Most people, they soft. They trapped in a climate control bubble, right? The modern comfort trap, you see what I'm saying? Which because we live in everything is automated. You could order the food online. You see what I'm saying? You could DoorDash this, you could catch a ride, Uber that, you see what I'm saying? You could do all of these Amazon Prime, you see what I'm saying? All this stuff is like instant gratification. And I think, and I know a lot of people are, I mean, let's just be honest. Even though I have a balance between my luxuries and my edginess. You see what I'm saying? Like there's nothing per se wrong with luxuries, only when they are counterintuitive to the point to where they make you lazy. You see what I'm saying? People are so used to this high ass sugar intake and these you see what I'm saying? The computer damn do everything. You got AI and shit now. The AI don't it do what it want when it want to. Even if you look at the thumbnail on the video on this episode, it's like I was playing with this guy name generative image for a minute to try and get the image right, and it still didn't get the logo right. So I'm just like, it is what it is. But the point I'm making is we have to use these things to shorten up the time, but not rely on them so much to where we can't get other shit done, man, because then you'll be in a space where you are not able to switch it up, like I said earlier, or whatever. So again, demonstrating the physical and mental decline caused by avoiding environmental friction and unpredictable terrain. These are the modern comfort traps, right? Introduce the concept that reclaiming ancestral movement is the fastest way to reset your biological baseline. Getting back in tune or in touch with nature, being all terrain, being able to switch it up, being able to switch the gears. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have to know how to ebb and flow through this stuff, because when you become dependent on some of these things, it becomes very challenging to do something else. That's why I say, read your book. You see what I'm saying? Get your mind right. You see what I'm saying? Work on these things. If you're not doing that, stretch yourself, increase your limits to where you can do things that are outside of your comfort zone, because the last thing you want to do is be in the modern comfort trap. You feel me? It's 2026. We got to switch it up, man. Switch up the mix. You see what I'm talking about? This is survival of the fittest, mastering all terrain environments to boost your primal appeal. Right? When you have that raw, like that, even if it's an undertone, me myself, I would probably say I have more of a raw intent undertone as opposed to an overtone. That's just my opinion. But you want to have that inside of you to where you can turn it on when you need to, right? And you don't have to feel coy and like you have to feel like you're, subservient. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be in those situations. Like, yes, give respect where respect is due. You feel me? However, being a man standing on your principles, knowing how to switch it up, switch the gears, code switch, all that shit, I feel is necessary. I think it's necessary for a leader. A lot of dominant leaders, they might have a singular mind frame as far as their particular archetype, but best believe they know, a lot of them can apply that same mind frame in business or in leadership into another category. I think that it could be encompassed across many different variables, right? This is what we're calling all terrain, right? So this is what we're calling survival of the fittest, because if you could survive in a environment that is called for mental fortitude, right? Mental strategy, you see what I'm saying? And then you could do it in a work setting as well as do it outside, you feel me? Then I think you're golden. I think you in the clear. I think you can get it done. So this has been survival of the fittest, mastering all terrain environments to boost your appeal. You see what I'm talking about? On that level, on that raw intensity. It's yours truly, the one and only, Road to Renegade, 100% Renegade. It's never Minute Maid, and I'm out.